On to the shutdown, Ed, the other pressing matter before the president. Let me play you sound first from the Senate Minority Leader, Charles Schumer, Democrat from New York, and then the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. Back to back, folks.
It's up to the Republicans whether they want to shut down or not. We've made to the president some proposals. Our Republican leaders will have to talk to them about them, but ultimately he's the decision maker. And if he will accept some of the things we asked, which we think the American people are for, on health care and on rescissions, he can avoid a shutdown.
So if they want to talk about how to fix American health care policy, let's do it. The Speaker would love to do it. The Senate Majority Leader would love to do it. Let's work on it together. But let's do it in the context of an open government that's providing essential services to the American people. That's all that we're proposing to do. And the fact that they refuse to do that shows how unreasonable their position is.
Also, a quotable quote from the Vice President, J.D. Vance: we're headed toward a shutdown. Ed?
And it's because Democrats won't do the right thing, he said. What's interesting here, first of all, if you're a viewer who hears all this and thinks, wasn't the other side saying that last year and the other side was doing the other thing? You're not mistaken. Shoes are now on the other feet. Republicans run everything, and Democrats are the one potentially in the minority now withholding the support needed to keep things open. There's no denying that. But what the Democrats point out and what the White House has now signaled is there is an issue out there that needs to be discussed. And that is these tax incentives, these tax credits for millions of people who take the Affordable Care Act every year for their coverage and are going to see that tax cut expire this year if it isn't renewed. There are a handful of Republicans, including, I think, your next guest, who are concerned about that issue going forward, realizing it's bad politics back home because it will allow Democrats to say, they just raised your health care costs, those of you who are using this popular government-backed program, and they had an opportunity to debate and fix that problem. What Republicans are now saying, as you heard the Vice President say there, is happy to discuss that, but don't do it in these next 7 weeks when we'd like to extend funding and allow negotiations on the appropriations bills, the things that run the government, and this issue to commence. So just let's buy ourselves 7 weeks, keep the lights on, and then debate it. Democrats are saying, no, start that now, because if you don't start it now, you're going to try to make it worse later, and we're not going to let this issue go away. So that's kind of where things are. Likely headed now towards some kind of an impasse. What the resolution is unclear, but what Leader Schumer did say correctly is the president, we had a chance to talk to him face-to-face. He's usually keen to make some kind of a deal with us. Let's see if one can ultimately happen. And Republicans need to be worried that the president will be hearing those offers from the Democrats and say, well, why not just come up with a bipartisan agreement and get it done? We'll see. To be continued.
Jointly setting up our next guest, Ed O'Keefe, on the North Lawn of the White House. I thank you, sir.